Yeah, if there's a captain for the retarded ship, I'm the captain and you were definitely my first mate. Like, look, he's actually gonna swab the deck. See, like we're gonna like remove the. Check it out. It actually worked really well. See, look at the duality of slime when Slimer hits it in Ghostbusters and pre-Slimer. Anyways, whatever chemical that is and effort that's required to pull us all off seems to be working. But my first mate on the retarded ship is hard at work. Yeah, a retarded ship. My God, guys, this is a comedy. It's a divine comedy. Okay, so Armageddon now contains pi. It contains the numbers that are significant in the division to attain pi, which symbolically is represented by a sine wave on top of two pillars or an 11. Meaning there's a capstone at the top of pi, but it's infinite going down. And that matches and lines and jives with the table of creation and the cellular math behind it. Which is all a bunch of lunacy to some people. At this point, all I can say is, what more do I have to do? I'm literally shaking. I'm feeling sick. I actually want to make this video right now, because if I vomit, I want to be like the LA Beast, who eats a bunch of retarded shit, and then hopefully vomits at the end of the video, because it's hilarious to watch, and he says some funny things, and I've gematriaed the words of this LA Beast before, and I've meant a lot of Austin Lee Meredith hilariousness, because you know why? He's doing what he loves, he's acting and speaking in his own truth, and when you decode his reality, you find some interesting synchronicities with cellular earth, cellular energy, the table of creations, the numbers, the number game, alright? So yeah. That's pi, guy. 3.14159. I don't want to go any further. I mean, I'm sure I can. What if it's like spiraling around? How do people memorize pi? Remember the man who knew infinity when he was a child or something? Or they called him... No, the life of pi. The life of pi. His name was Pising. Like piscine. Piscine. Like French word for pool. Like douchebag pool. But not that kind of pool. Okay, his name was Piscine. So they want to be called pi. So in order to have everyone remember the story of pi and not pissing, he memorized pi to like retarded? No, he didn't memorize pi. He memorized a formula or a pattern that he had to repeat based on the previous creations up to some point, I believe, and noticed a pattern and was thus able to follow said pattern and write correctly the sequence of pi. Okay, you don't memorize that shit. Like, it bothers me that I couldn't memorize pi maybe as a child, but I see why now, maybe. It's funny, captain of the ship. Okay, you're literally swabbing the deck guy with a stick. I'm sorry. So you don't have to do this, but you want to because we're all gonna die when it rains. Because it rains a lot these days. Yeah. It rains all the fucking time here. It's like BC. But BC, what does that mean? Before Christ or British Columbia? Or because? I don't know what your little LOL speak is. Anyway, what is that called? Not emoji, but whatever it's called. There's a word for it, I don't remember it. It's not important. So yeah, so pi. Okay, that's pi, guy. It's in the triangle of Armageddon. Okay, 21.99113 over 7 is 3.14159. And the symbol of pi. You gotta square the circle. Your flat Earth, what do you think it is? A representation of? It's a representation of an energy wheel. Well, you're 1 of 14. So what is this 1 of 7, of 13, of 110, of 2143? Well, at this very moment, I've never thought of it as 1 of 14. But of course it makes sense for 1 of 14 because you have 1 of 7, of 13, of 110, of 2143 in a row. And you have 1 of 7 of 13 of 110 of 2143 in more or less a diagonal, or a collapsing snowflake. Because it's cellular mathematics, and once you reach the top of the stairway to heaven, which is just a 9 by 1 staircase with 8 steps, which is the Q, which is the free energy wheel. It is a plane in a circular fashion, modeled after squaring the circle and pi, with the one-dimensional line coming from it. But you know there has to be a positive and negative pole. So that's 2. So 2 1 of 14s is 1 of 7. I talk too much, this went out. I shouldn't smoke anyways. But I'm freaking nervous, man. Okay? I would say that that's the definition of pi using cellular math. Based on my interpretation of Genesis 1 of the King James Bible, which I am now going to call the Kevin Janik version. Because I'm the captain of the lunacy ship, and my first mate agrees, and if 2 people agree on the same thing, they have to be right. No, I've been called the village idiot before. That used to be kind of like my nickname. If this is Crazy Town, I'm the village idiot or something. I don't remember. Something like that. There was a weekend of debaucherousness of drinking at a cottage. That's where I had a slap fight, actually. I had a 9 fight. I lost. I went down and won. My opponent didn't understand the concept that you have to gradually move upwards to real slaps. I tapped his face and I got lit up. Was rambling about ceiling tiles. Yeah, anyways. Stop wasting your time, but I mean, seriously, pi. Pi's right there. It's a big pie in my face. It's a big pie. It's a big 42. It's the answer to everything. There's a whole bunch of 42s, a whole bunch of 13s, there's a whole bunch of 4s, there's a whole bunch of 7s, there's a whole bunch of 1 of 7s, a whole bunch of 1 of 7 of 13s. You see in the one-dimensional lines, are you seeing the trees from the forest, or the forest from the trees, whatever? Do you see one-dimensional lines yet? Do you see 2-dimensional objects? Do you see 3-dimensional objects in that table? Do you see the forest from the trees? A whole bunch of cells becoming a 1, a new 1. A whole bunch of trees and bushes and shit becoming a forest. What do those letters in those words signify when you properly account for self, galaxy, and universe, and add the hidden circles of invisibleness that are there but are not there? What if you properly were to depict everything in cellular math? What if there was a gematria website that would account for all of the different words and letters used and the +1s needed in whatever you were to input? That doesn't exist yet. There used to be a guy on the All for Truth website that used to do that. He made a gematria calculator. This is just a different type of parsing. It is what already exists, and in code, you would have to add on a little bit more code to account for the different if statements. If phrase inputted has 3 words, add so many based on however many letters are in those words. It's a bunch of counting. It's so easy a child could do it. And they have the hand of God. You're God as well as Satan. You're both. It's your universe. If it's your universe, you're the only actor able to play all of the parts. That's why you see yourself as every character in some movies. Okay, you gotta work hard and play hard. Right now, one of us is working hard. Doing a good job. You know,
you'll be working hard.
I'll be working hard. You know, I'm looking forward to 25 kilometers of biking today, which is 1/4 of 100, which is 1/4 of a C, which is 1/4 of a 3. Because the bullshit, and the bullshit equals truth. So if I'm biking 25 kilometers a day in a 3rd-dimensional reality, am I biking a bullshit number of kilometers, or am I biking the truth number of kilometers a day? Everything happens for a reason, and when you see and appreciate the beauty of the numbers and connecting with Creator, who is not just Austin Lee Meredith, is very much Shelane Amber Graves, because it was that loss or separation, I believe, the no Sam, that triggered him to create, and he saw his loved ones in his creation, which is what is happening to me. You know, I hate everyone. I'm Darth Vader, you know, I literally hate all the people. People suck, okay? Like, I literally would be Darth Vader and would try to take over the galaxy or the universe or whatever. Like, you know, hey, you want the world's best slave? It's probably over there. Well, I might meet number 2. I don't know. We battle that, you know. We're all the world's best goy, right? In our own minds. So, but right now it's looks like one is lazy more than the other. But his light is creating a soundtrack for this video, which, you know, is creating a bunch of numbers. No, it's like, you know, the sounds. Arr! If this is a ship of lunacy, and I'm a pirate, and I'm a captain, and that's my first mate, then we would like to say R a lot, right? Arr! R backwards is Ra, you know, the sun god. The sun, the IHS sun, which properly depicts 32 rays of magnetism going inwards if you look at it upside down, backwards, and flipped. If you look at the bullshit in your religious symbol, you'll find truth. That's all it means. It doesn't mean anything like horrible. You can take the goodness out of everything and live your life in accordance. You're such a dog sometimes. Anyway, so if this is a pirate ship, we should be saying R. What is R? R is an 18, and 18 is a circled 17. 17 is a Q, Q is a free energy wheel. It's a wheel and an axle, depicted in the capital letter Q. Which I guess would be 17 plus 26, which would be 36 plus 7, which would be, what, 43? 36 plus 7? Which is a circled 42. Why not? Why not? It's a 42 you can see in your circle. Your vision. Your two-dimensional window of this three-dimensional experience. In 5D reality. A cellular Earth. In Armageddon consciousness. To understand pi. And sacred geometry about octahedrons. And squaring the circle. And potentially even like the Manderbolt set. That looks like a Darth Vader helmet, because I'm Darth Vader and I hate all of you. And I want to take over the galaxy and the universe. Make them all part of the Empire. Because I'm an evil genius. I'm the pinky or the brain, you pick. One is a genius, the other's insane. They're laboratory mice. I can't remember the song. Yeah. The P and the B. Oh. And they work in a lab. What's a lab? An L looks like a 1, an A is a 1, and a B is a 2. A 1 and a 1 and a 2 is a 4. There's your D. Pinky and the brain work in a lab. Your P, your B, and your D. Paradise of the dashboard light. Light. P of the BDL. Pinky and the brain in the lab. This is the deck of my ship. I'm the captain. We're pirates. We say R because it means 18 and 1, which is 19, which is a sine wave, which is energy. So that's why we say R. A lot. That's why you shouldn't say Ohm. Because Ohm's just a 13.0000001. Ohm. It's a 15 plus a bunch of 13s. When you take a mean, it's going to be 13.0001. It's half. That's a big M. Anyways.
Oh, I know.
Take 5. I'm gonna finish my one-dimensional line. Anyways, I feel better after this chat.